Welcome, everybody, to the new DYOR live show. We've moved to a shorter show format to try and crack the TikTok and YouTube Shorts mentality that is now pervasive in video. Also, the show here is to start bringing you more information about the DYOR changes and the utilities coming out along with its big release. I'll have more about that in the future. This is just a pilot episode. But for a half hour, once or twice per week, you'll get me and the DYOR crew giving you information about what's going on in our family of projects and the broader market in general. We'll also have excellent analysis, a witty commentary, interesting stories of success and wreckage, along with interviews from people influencing the crypto market. So welcome everybody to the pilot episode of DYOR Live.
Cast up, I'll pass you a flask full of Jack Love. At last I'm at peace with this vast blood. Only took a crash landing down in the trash mud to figure out why I've been so smashed up. Holy moly, lonely only when I'm coldly zoning cozy.
Well, everybody, as I said earlier, welcome to the new DYOR Live and our pilot episode of our new show. This show will be broadcast on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, sometimes Facebook, and sometimes not. And now we're also going to be streaming on LinkedIn. LinkedIn's becoming a large platform for content creation, and its events are doing quite well. So we're going to give that a shot. I encourage everyone on this that's listening, if they are on LinkedIn, to go to the DYOR project and follow it. Well, I got to say, the crazy times in crypto continue. It's been going on now for as long as all of us have been in this market. Thankfully, the past 2 weeks have shown a little strength in the market since the drastic action taken by the Fed in the U.S. And the central banks of Europe and Canada, and the efforts they took to curb inflation by raising interest rates. That's right. As we all know, inflation was going crazy. From overspending during COVID, from supply chain issues dealing with the war that Russia is doing upon Ukraine, and all of that mess. But all those years of free money given it to everybody finally caught up, and interest rates were low, money was cheap, and now we're paying the price with $6 gasoline in the U.S. Per gallon, and $2.50 in Canada per liter. And in Europe, it's even more egregious than that. But at least in Europe, they have alternate modes of transportation. They don't have to drive their car. They can take a train. Where here in the U.S., we have to suck it up and pay the big money for the fuel. But the good thing about the market kind of settling down after that is that BTC and ETH are going up a little bit and kind of bounced off their bottoms, which is good. Wes will have more about that later in his analysis of the market. But the big story for us DeFi degens is that finally BNB broke free of its tie to Bitcoin, at least for a while. And while Bitcoin was waffling between 18,000 and 22,000, basically going up and down 10% or so, BNB jumped about 33% in the past month or two. Past month, I guess. Also, I'll have the chart up here in a minute. And it's back to trading over 300. So we've got to be happy for that. So let's look at the BTC chart here. This is over the past month and a half, I think, 6 weeks or so. And as you can see, it's going up a little bit, but it's waffling in this area, which is fine. It's not going down. As I said, Wes will give us more information about this. Here's BNB's chart, and here you can see BNB's breakout. Up over 300. It got as low as 200, just down here. In fact, it went below 200 for a while, and now it's up to 300. So if you bought down in the under 200s, you've made 33% on your money already. But the good news about this is that as I sit up here and talk to you guys a lot about, that our contracts are based on BNB here on the Binance Smart Chain, and it's brought DYOR up the equivalent amount. But also the rise in DYOR, and with the news starting to leak about our utility getting ready to come out, it's brought some new investment into DYOR, and we have more than doubled our price, gone up over 100% in the past month, basically a month and a half. And we were as low as 2.8 or 2.2, I think. Whatever, is down in that range, and now we're up over 5. The 5 zeros in front of that, but my point is, went from about 2.5 to over 5. So we're up over 100%, and that's very good news for our project. And it's making our Telegram more busy, and it's making the social medias get better response, and more people are watching our channel's videos, which is good. But it's all not good news out there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Solana. Oh, Solana. Not sure what happened here yet. There's still a big analysis of this going on. I'm sure Wes will talk about it a little bit as well. But Solana had a wallet hack going on in which private keys were getting compromised. And this is the first one it ever happened. And it is not good. Not good if private keys are getting hacked. There's lots of speculation about what's going on. I'm not going to speculate it about now, but Solana once again takes it in the teeth. And if I was doing a full episode of Rugged, Ruined, and Wrecked, then this would definitely be on it. Well, that's tough for Solana, but they've got a lot of money behind the project, and as long as they put this hack behind them, they will come out strong again. Another wreckage. I unfortunately thought that graphic was going to be much larger there. If you can read it, it says cross-chain bridge Nomad loses $190 million, making it 2022's third largest crypto heist. The good news about this, it's not even the largest at $190 million. It's not even the largest. The largest was the Axie Infinity, over $600 million taken from it. And this is 1/3 of that. But still, it's a cross-chain bridge. And what Nomad did was they updated their contracts. And when they did that, they introduced a bug that allowed bad people to spoof transactions and, in essence, print money. It's the best way to describe it. There's plenty of technical analysis of how that happened on the market. You can just search for it and find it. But the point is that for those of you, and I bring these up in these DYOR project talks, is that when you invest in big, complicated things, small problems can wreck the whole thing. And this is the Nomad cross-chain thing was had a lot of different arms going on. It wasn't just from one to another. Had a lot of contracts in it, a lot to maintain, and one little line of code went wrong. And Certic missed it and said it would be something that they would miss anyway. Because it was a configuration issue, and they lost $190 million of your dollars. Yep, but that's not really for the client end of it or the individual investor. But as I say, that is for those larger institutional investors. They get hammered just like the rest of us chumbalons too. And in related news, our own DYOR version 3 dev, Matt Kavanaugh, has started an entirely new project. You might know Matt from Rebel Traders. Rebel Matt. He helped us launch our version 3 contract, and he has started an all-new project. Matt is always behind the scenes trying to cook up new ways to have better contracts. And one of the problems that contracts with Tokenomics have is that of the swap liquefy function. After a while, it takes the taxes that it has earned from you, and it sells its own tokens for fiat, putting a big red candle on the chart. Nobody likes that. It's an unnecessary red candle. Matt has come up with a swapper that does away with that, and a DApp, and they're bringing on customers. True DeFi has customers from day one, and these are paying customers. And as Matt likes to say, it's better to earn money than throw it away. And with True DeFi, they're earning money on day one, other than not like other projects that launch and just start throwing their money away. As a result, Matt has been offered and accepted a job with Vault Finance. Vault Finance is launching a new DEX this August 7th. And it's going to be a full-featured DEX. And their project will also eliminate red candles from charts. And Matt is going to be the chief technology officer for that and be behind the scenes, making sure all of that works well and that the project is a big success. So everyone head over to True DeFi to check that out. Vault Finance, check it out. Their project is launching. They had a huge pre-sale raised $350,000, and the primary sale, which goes off on the 7th, is expected to be even larger than that. So do yourself a favor, check those projects out. And also this weekend, or next week, I'll have Chris from Vault Finance, their CEO, on as a guest of honor for the interview portion of this program. As I said earlier, the DYOR live show will include lots of updates from everyone on the DYOR team. And we have a lot coming up in Las Vegas. And who's in Las Vegas but our own Carmen Crypto. Welcome, Carmen. Thanks for coming on. What is going on your end of the team here?
Well, here in sunny Las Vegas, there is no doubt that PulseCon is becoming one of the biggest anticipated events here in the city when it comes to our crypto space. Now,
Yep.
I can tell you that the FOMO is starting to get real. We are 32 days away from the kickoff of the conference, and this has been a conference that has been in the making for over a year. DYOR and DBT are always my first love, but I was lucky enough to become a part of the Pulse conference team. And these are some exciting times because we still have so much coming through the doors in terms of projects, exhibitors, sponsors, people that want to add on events to
Right.
this conference. But what is already there is some cool things already. So we've got 4 billionaire speakers. We've got Foster Gamble, who's the heir to the Procter Gamble, legacy. George Wentz from Mad Energy, which is a new pioneering energy token within the PulseChain network. Of course, the founder, Richard Hart, will be joining us virtually. And then we have Mitch Lowe, who, is just this guy who so happens to be the co-founder of Meta and previous founders of Netflix and Redbox. There's also Roby Tout, who is a health and wellness coach to the celebrities. And those are just our keynote speakers. We currently have about 32 exhibitors, tons of affiliates.
Wow.
And we just added on David Angelo Roman will be doing art there. Now, if you don't recognize the name, you will recognize his work. He is the animator for Rick and Morty. In addition to that, recently we have added a panel for music. And so this is something that hasn't really been prevalent in some of the most current conferences. You definitely hear about NFTs, tokens, the metaverse, but PulseChain is really breaking through to understand what is music's advantage to getting into this space early. Now,
Sure.
That is a lot to talk about already, but there's more. So aside from the conference itself, we have had just an abundance of add-on activities kind of centered around the Las Vegas area during that time. So if you are a Pulsecan, then you're going to be very excited to know that the Villains of Pulse, which is the Pulsification official channel on YouTube with like over 10,000 subscribers, they're doing a party with the Villains Night on the 7th, which is Wednesday. Then we have the Million Pulse Tour group doing a golf tournament on Labor Day, the 5th. Then we have our after parties. So we do have the Zouk nightclub, which is on premise at the brand new Resort World, which is the newest hotel and casino on the Strip. And so that is where Tiesto does his residency. And so we have a special guest there that night, along with another DJ. And that's an all-inclusive VIP event that gives you unlimited alcohol for that party. And then the after party is at Crazy Horse 3, which is the gentleman's club out here. So, and that's just what we can talk about.
Right.
There are
That's just the tip.
more things on the, it really is. So this is one of those things that when you go to the website and you see everybody's coming, it's true. Everybody's coming. This is a cross-chain event that's totally inclusive. And there's a lot of ink that hasn't been signed that we're trying to organize and say, where can we fit all of this in?
Right. Well, speaking of inclusive, the whole Pulse chain concept here, or the chain launch, is inclusive of DYOR, because we're going to be bridging over to that, and we're going to be one of the few projects that starts up with the Pulse chain when it kicks off. Is there any rumor as to when that may be?
The when mentality is never stronger than with the Pulse and Hexagon communities right now, because everybody's on the edge of their seat asking when Pulse chain. We're all waiting for this to go mainnet. Obviously, we have 32 exhibitors at the conference that are also waiting to get their stake into the Pulse network and get this show started. And that includes DYOR and DBT. We're ready with our bridge, and we're ready to set into motion our move to our first additional chain for our project. So I wish I could tell you some alpha here and share some secrets, but we won't know the date. The best that we can get right now is waiting for Richard Hart to tell us which block will the network go mainnet.
All right, Carmen, thanks for joining us to give us an update about what's going on at PulseCon 22 in Las Vegas, and we will see you again soon. Thanks. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for listening to our sponsors. Hopefully one day they'll be paying our way through this. This is the part of the show in which we bring on expert guests to talk about educating the customers, the clients, the people getting into crypto, and also so that they can tell us about our own project. And today we've got Jerry Berb from Gold Rush Casino and Cryptopreneur 365. Jerry, welcome to the show.
Tom, Striking, DYOR family, thank you for having me here today. It's an honor. Always a pleasure to see you guys.
Well, we brought you on today in our pilot episode of our show here because you have a unique situation. You have two projects going on. One is an education-based project for your community, and then and you have a token project that's coming. I shouldn't say a token project, an entire business being launched around crypto as well, which we'll get into after. But your Crypto 365 community is really trying to educate everybody about the lessons learned in crypto, just like DYOR is. And just like you learned some lessons, and I learned some lessons getting into crypto, but you've kind of codified them into a list of 8, as you call it, the C8. Why don't you tell us all about those?
8 steps that every project should make it through so you can be comfortable in making your firm decision with them. First one being is to make sure the project is real. Verifying owners, knowing who the developers are, knowing who the actual owners and team members are, the people who play a vital role now and tomorrow. Secondly would be understanding the project you're looking at, not just falling into the crowd or the hype, but really understanding what you're being an investor of, what you're being an owner of. Seeing
so
if
many
the people
don't
who
understand that.
No, and sometimes the promises that are made, the people who are making them have no resources to even come close to them. They're just a dream. And money sometimes can't make a miracle happen. Third would be knowing your community. The community is what we're really investing in. We're investing in each other. We're investing in the fact that the guy next to you isn't going to take your investment and use it as exit liquidity and run off with it. So getting in the group, knowing the people who are a part of it, they'll be the ones who are in the trenches with you in the end.
Yep.
And so knowing them from the beginning is the most important thing to me. Sometimes a lot of them know more about the project owners, than what they even want to be put out there. Understanding the roadmap is vital. It's key. If a company can't see past a couple of months, they probably won't even make it to that. If you plan on being an investor in the long run, you have to see that they have a plan for this long run and even further out. Beyond that, the fifth one is understanding tokenomics. Every project has
Screws
to
you
have
every time.
tokenomics. And not understanding it means that you're just shooting in the dark. Throw it in a wishing well, at least you get a wish. Next would be the most important one. It's number 6. It's liquidity. Sometimes it's not even on a chart and people are aping in, they're bullish. But that means it's a body with no blood. Liquidity is the lifeblood of a project. And most of the time, 10 out of 10 times, if a project sinks or the rug or the failure of it, it's often because the liquidity was mistreated, mishandled, sometimes often stolen.
Right.
So liquidity, its strength, its elasticity, its presence is vital.
It's the whole health
Once
of the
you have
project,
these
and so many people don't understand it from the investor point of view. But they're still, when you talk to many devs, even they don't understand it properly.
More importantly, once it's gone, I love how communities stick for a year hoping that this angel is going to come back and replenish it threefold, because putting the old one back isn't enough. People lost. Now you need 3 times that to even balance out the old. So understanding what we're doing here in anything in this life is key to avoiding failure. By this point, you're at number 7, is determining your strategy. If you know 1 through 6
So
and you're
important.
confident, you saw them, you're ready to make a decision. Are you a short-term investor, a long-term investor? This project should have offered you those options. Once you make your decision, you're into number 8. You have to trust in your decision because you made an educated one. This wasn't a wishing well. You don't need a wish. Now you need time. You need your decision to mature. Be confident in what you did.
It's so hard in crypto to trust after being burned so many times. You really have to grow into that trust and follow your 7 steps above this one to get to the point where you can trust.
Treat your mistakes as lessons. We all have to make mistakes to succeed. This is new to everybody. Everybody shares the same losses. We have differences in the zeros behind the numbers. Beyond that, it's the same lessons we learned. But trust in them. You get better at this, and the future is bright for all of us. If we all stay educated, we help each other out, we look out for each other, the space is beautiful.
It is. And just as we talked about before we came on the air here, it's beautiful right now because the market isn't tanking. It's consolidating a little bit. In fact, we're seeing a little gains past all the bad news of the past couple of weeks. So as you say, it's once again becoming beautiful.
Knowing what we're looking for, the dips are coming and the gains are coming. You want to be in the right place at the right time.
Well, speaking of being in the right place at the right time, I believe you're launching a new company that has the crypto side to it here in only 7 days from now. Is that correct? Why don't you tell us about that?
Yes, sir. So our project Gold Rush Casino launches August 11th. We open our 3-day pre-sale August 8th. We have 6 big AMAs coming up next week. Stay tuned to our Telegram channel for all the details. Gold Rush Casino Official. You'll find us. We're the one and only. You'll know we're there. You'll know you're there. You'll see us. We have a lot of our admins working. Ask us questions. More importantly, come and be a part of a community. That's what we're building. We're building a place where you can come, stop by, ask us questions that you have about crypto in general, and there'll be a round table of intelligent, like-minded people to answer you. That's basically what it is. It's all about being a part of good communities, and in time, you'll learn, you'll know where to be and when to be in the projects you're looking for. Stay tuned to education channels like DYOR, Striking, and his affiliates. That's how we all get to the future in this together.
That's right. And so, ladies and gentlemen, Gold Rush Casino coming out next week. Pre-sale starts the 8th. The launch is the 11th. Find them at Gold Rush Casino Official Telegram. Make sure you look out for copycats and make sure you get the right TG. You'll know it because Jerry and his teammates will be in there. And also the Cryptopreneur 8, the C8 list. Let's make sure everyone keeps those in mind. And also, before we part with Jerry here, the 4 pillars that Jerry's group promotes, which we all should understand, that the 4 pillars of respect, integrity, creativity, and ethics. And that is important to everyone in crypto, whether you're a dev or an investor. And I want to thank Jerry for coming on to our pilot episode of DYOR Live and telling us all about the Crypto 8 and also about Gold Rush Casino. Jerry, thank you for coming on.
Always a pleasure, sir. Always an honor. See you very soon. Thank you for having us.
All right, everybody. We'll be right back in just a moment.
All right, everybody, welcome back. You know what it's time for? Yes, you haven't heard it in a while, but all righty, everyone. Come on, everyone, let's dance. You know you love this music because you know what it brings. Another episode of Rugged, Ruined, and Wrecked. But sadly to say, I don't have a full episode for you on these short shows. We're just going to bring you one example of something that went wrong, and then after a couple of shows, we'll stitch them all together to put out a new full-length episode of the show. But today I got a good one, and it's more of an education-based thing on what not to do in life with your hard-earned money, because ultimately you will get wrecked out there if you do not follow some simple advice. And that advice now is don't invest in meme tokens. Done. It's over. The whole meme thing is over, and people can say, oh, Shiba this and Doge this, whatever. It's over. The big guys, the first ones, the big ones, they can do it. They're still doing it. The first to any market innovators win. Second, make a little bit of money, like Safe Moon wins, Elongate made sort of money, and then everyone else after that, not so much. Same with memes. Shiba, big, went all the way down, went all the way back up, super huge. Everything else just plain sucks. Just sucks, and now it's to the point where you can only make any money in it if you're just in it for the quick in and out jeet, and that is only about 20 minutes now. That's it. Hopefully put in 4 BNB, pull 8 out within a couple of minutes, and then you're done, and the program's over. A good one just happened here. Good one just happened. And this, nothing wrong with the management or the project or anything like that. This is not a rugged, and this is not a ruined. You just get wrecked. Just get wrecked because you lose your money. And I lost like $40. To be honest, this is it was a good project. It was one of the clients of True DeFi. They lent but they used their new protocols in order to not have any contract sales. And it's a great thing. It's a great thing, and it's a great thing for projects to come in and be their customers. However, this one's called Chrome Inu. Chrome Inu was a total meme. There was no utility, even though they said, oh, we're going to have, I don't know, some kind of better thing. I don't know what it was. But it was just a dog saying, hey, we're going to be your friendly dog and all that type of stuff. They had a launch, and it got a lot of attention from the people that kind of go around the True DeFi and look for better things. It's like, all right, it's a meme. We'll play it. This is just a day, this chart here. It's a good launch. This is an example of a good launch. Little buy demand went up. No immediate jeet from it. Pre-salers didn't sell. I don't know if it was I can't tell if it was a pre-sale or a stealth launch. I can't remember. But regardless, it was a good launch. And right after that, some more investment, a little sells here. None of these are contract sells. This is like an ideal launch. And that thanks to the guys at True DeFi. But this is just one day here. And you know what happens once I click on other things here. Yeah, this is what happens. This is the 4-hour chart or something like that, maybe the 1-hour chart. And this is not a good thing. This is after a couple of days, and basically all the money came right out of the project. Volume went to zero, and once people see that the volume is gone and there's nothing there to support the project, they take their own money out. And that's exactly what happened on this. Nothing wrong with it. The Telegram was full of good people. The management was good. And if you're just in it for a short play, meaning a couple hours, maybe even only 20 minutes, like I said, then these types of meme tokens are fine. You can go in it, and it's more just like gambling. And if you're into gambling, this is fine, because this is like betting on the Knicks. You know, you may win, you're probably going to lose, or the Cubs. So the lesson to be learned from this: stay away from meme coins unless you're just a gambling or sports betting aholic, and stay away from these things, because eventually you'll just lose your money and the project goes away. And sure enough, typical fashion, dear everybody, I'm removing, the project's come to an end, blah, 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 blame other people, and I'm going to bring the socials down and all that kind of stuff. And you know what I say when the socials come down? That means you should have sold 10 minutes ago, right? Absolutely. But anyway, one way to get wrecked: invest in meme coins. Just don't do it. So everybody, have a great day, and look forward to more episodes of Rugged, Ruined, and Wrecked in the future, and bringing you one each time on DYOR Live. And as I said, we'll put them all together for a larger episode and push that out onto YouTube and our Roku channel, and all will be great.
All right, everybody, that concludes the show for this week. Thanks to Jerry Berb for being our special guest. And next week, we'll have Vault Finance's CEO, Chris, on here to talk all about his project and its launch. So good day, everybody, and see you next week. Be there.